If you saw the thumbnail to this video, then enough said. Luckily for me, I don't need to go to the bathroom, as I am recording this, so I will be fine. I hope. Chapter 599 is one chapter away from the big 600, a milestone for Gintama, and this chapter is time for Nobunobu to shine. Yes, that guy, as he will no longer be that puppet used by anyone, unless bathroom is a person. It was a setup, build-up chapter for what's going to be the final mission as they all get ready up for the grandest battle. And this is so much fun to see this chapter, as this could be the last time we will see comedy. Classic Gintama fashion starts with comedy, and it's always pretty funny, and this is no exception. Who knew croquette could have a meaningful metaphor only to turn into a misguided direction of, this won't be the only comedy segment, but this is the one that starts off, and it's just actually pretty funny. Everybody get lost in the shuffle, how to make it representative of the Liberation Army and Earth itself. And Gintoki started off saying in a strange way, and then it gets derailed off. Kagura, who's trying to explain, but it made it seem like the Earth is already gone. Elizabeth had to go dark with using people instead of croquette. Pretty much you could say whatever they want to make it into an epic speech, it just came to a complete fail. Let Earth die. Let's be fine. Now, I like Earth to be gone. After this conversation, let it be. But this chapter is mainly for Nobunobu to shine, because he's the guy who has been an asshole since the beginning of his first appearance on screen. Since his first on-screen appearance, and yeah, I did not like the guy either. I know the last arc had him trying to change to a different person. It did take his time, and it didn't want to rush ahead and just to make him into a complete good guy, and it feels like everything has been erased. Nobunobu went through a really good character development from these past two arcs. He's really shining up a bit. It's great to see that everybody still reacted in a negative way, but at the same time they have no choice, because Nobunobu is a shogun and they have to get somebody that's supposed to represent everybody. Somebody has to be like a spokesperson, even though that kind of title doesn't really mean too much. It has more prestige than just a normal rebellion. Nobunobu is the only guy to do it. But what I really like about this chapter is the way how they handle with his regrets, and you could tell he has regrets in the past, but he's not going to say I'm sorry and you could just accept my apology, but instead he will take the punishment and the hate from everybody that will throw at him, as well as hope, because that's the one thing they all need to have. What I also like is with the whole Kagura. Funny, because at the first time I read it, it felt like a comedy. It makes an actual insult, and it makes it a lot more sense the way how she started off saying like naive, making you fun of your hair, good enough for an insult, because this guy is just a piece of trash to everybody, and that's how everybody sees it. Kagura pours in stuff on his food and he accepted. To me, that seems like the idea that Nobunobu understands that he has caused a lot of mistakes in the past. He knows there are people that still have bare hatred with him, and he would take a punishment by eating something that is grotesque. That's how he's going to take it, and I really respect that. I liked how everybody has their own reaction. I do think he regrets eating that food, because, well, he has to end up going to the bathroom. When it comes to the beginning of the arc, you start off with comedy. Remember how Shogun assassination arc starts off with a dick joke? Think about that. It's just, what? It starts off with a comedy sense, but then it gets so serious when it gets to the real action, the real set piece of the arc. Then you know it always intense with heavy drama. It's going to be in a similar fashion, but that's the great thing, because we know what to expect. And then with the comedy, we always gonna have fun before we get to the dark side. It's very delightful to see everyone having their interaction among themselves before the great battle they're going to have. QB doing the gathering for the battle, and I found the Schoolyard part pretty upsetting. The fact they have fought their way to get their freedom and fought their way to open up the ceiling, only to have themselves close the ceiling just because they're having a war, and that's the only one way to protect their children, their women, everybody. But it's just ironic. You could tell the upsetting mood that they don't want to do this, and this is the reason they even fought to begin with. Now they have to close it. I felt bad. And I have to go Sacha. Sacha happened before Skuyo, but the reason why I save her last is because not only the part that she gets ready with her ninjas is great. What really concerned me is Zenzo. I had a bad feeling from the last time we saw him. There was going to be some conflict for him. This chapter did address that. I always find his character arc ending from the last time we saw him has to be the worst one. It was very depressing to even hear that last line of dialogue, and I didn't even know what to expect. Now we don't know where is he at. I hope he bounced back because it's the good time to get that redemption, even though he probably won't feel redeeming himself. Some more of a build up to see where he's gonna come back, if there's a good thing that he's gonna come back or he will never come back. It's very engaging how much you care about these characters because of how long we know them for such a long time, and now seeing in this war you can only hope for the best. Everybody get their 100% and get in combat and get ready for the grand battle. This was a great chapter with the classic Gintama comedy that usually starts off in the beginning of the series. Noble evolving despite the fact he has to use the bathroom, but the way he ends the chapter with telling everybody that these humans can take out Tendo Sho as well as Usuro. They could do it, and if you want to fight them, they're not going to stand down and give up. Really, he has lightened up to me. He could get really better as the arc progresses, so I'm looking forward to more of him to see he could change my opinion, though it is gotten much better from the last time we saw him. These engaging scenery of characters preparing themselves for this war is really convincing, thought-provoking to see where this is gonna go to for some of the characters that has been missing still, and some of the characters that has a bad ending and don't know if they will come back for this one last battle. In due time, we're going to see much more character, and this arc was gonna get much more exciting. Chapter 599 gets an 8. Is one chapter away from the milestone of 600, and too bad because this week is on break, so we have to wait much longer to see that 600. I don't know if Sorochi has any idea what to plan. Hard to say because some people doesn't care about those milestones, some people do. I hope Gintama have something in plan, but if it doesn't, I don't mind, so long as it's a great chapter, just like this one. My thoughts are told, don't let yours on hold. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching this video. I plan to do more expansion to my channel, just not reviews, but much more than that. Hopefully I can get done by next week, and I'm trying to get it started around this time right now after I finish recording this video, and hopefully it will go well. At least I get a break so I can relax and don't have to worry about how to do these editings for these videos. So this channel won't be just reviews, and if you like this channel and you want more out of this, just subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.